we want to not to repeat a lot. So we heard a lot of information about Ariba, about procurement, e-procurement last presentation. That's why I think very quickly how to change the presentation and show something what will be very efficient for you. My name is Adam Pietera. I'm coming from Poland. It's the second country behind the sea. Marcin.
It's the first country behind the sea.
The first. Oh, no, the second.
And the second before.
Denmark. You have Denmark and then Poland.
Yeah, okay, geographics.
So currently we work with a global player on SCM market, solution market, Westernacher. Together with Marcin, we make a lot of effort to convince customers, convince SAP users, convince current partners to think about procurement in Ariba. A question: which of you is currently using Ariba solution or something like this, or maybe S&T? You. The second one. My gosh, first time I see two people who says I'm using Ariba. Which module?
Which module are you using?
We are using that, but we're using it as suppliers.
Okay, great. Okay, and he?
I think it's about commerce automation and sourcing and SAP.
Okay, Digital Core. Guys, I think about the current situation because a lot of you is looking in the internet, talking with the partners, with your suppliers in SAP technology, and everyone is talking about digital buzzwords like cloud. Hey, you have to be now digital. ECC was not digital. Okay. Okay. So in this presentation, we switched something in a stream of presentation, and I think, Marcin, we need to show our guest how to convince based on experience, our experience, your sponsors, why they need to buy or invest into Ariba solution. Maybe some tips will be useful, maybe some funny, but most important part is to understand the philosophy, what Ariba bring to your company, to your business. So everyone is talking about digitalization, about efficiency, about S/4HANA, cloud, and each solution. And the question is, 5 years ago, we were not digital and efficient. What changed? What is new that currently every sales guy from SAP is looking to you in your eyes and said, hey, you have to be digital? I will tell you the story. I'm come from Wrocław. This is a small Polish city. I think something like 700,000 people, citizens. West-south part is very young city. Why young? Because it's 700,000 citizens and 150,000 students. That's great. And that was something like 3 months ago. I go to my restaurant called Whiskey in the Jar because I like salads and some small burgers. Great. And sitting on the table, great. The waiter is coming. Hi, what do you want? I would like to have a menu. Suddenly, the waiter is talking to me. Hey, come on! You can see on our table label with QR code. Great! Wow! Innovation. I didn't have a phone, only watch. Do you have a paper version of the menu like few months ago? Yes, I have. Okay, he brings me the menu. I make the order. And then I think, hey, this is digitalization. Great. And then some questions. This is the QR code. Without iPhone, I cannot order because I cannot see the menu. Even they have a paper version. Next question or subject. It's great. You can update the menu each second, each moment in the day, and send the update to the customers. Great. This is digitalization. I was hoped they will not use the solution in the toilet. It's only the part. And why the story? Because if we are thinking about digitalization, the main goal is not to be digital or efficient or to have in a cloud. No, no, this is the wrong side of the question. The right question is to go and think what I need and how to solve it. If I have electrical car and a diesel car, if I look at the prices of gasoline, then I will use the most efficient part. Maybe in 2 years, diesel will be much more efficient than electrical car. I don't know. But currently, the question, I need to have a question and an answer answered, why? And this is most important. That's why our organization, global organization, we are crazy focused on end-to-end process. To see the whole landscape, whole network of processes and understand what we need to use. Of course, in the process, you can use on-prem solution. You can use a third-party solution. You can use cloud solution. But that have to fit to your organization. This is most important. Why? Because then you are strong to talk with your sponsor, chef, boss, I don't know, everyone who is making decision, and you have a power to convince them. Without this, you are still the guy who is talking. I was talking with the sales guy from SAP and we are not digital. This is not the way. That's why in our organization, Westernacher, we are going through the whole process, start from the lead to cash process, idea, whom can I propose our tender, our offer? Then how to plan, how to buy, how to source, make the digital multi-plant manufacturing. Of course, digital core, ERP finance is still the same. Warehouse management. Hey, look, warehouse management, this is very interesting. COVID, everyone is talking about commerce. Hey, the competitor invests 5 years ago in a commerce. I would like to have the same because nobody wants to buy from me because I didn't have a commerce. 100,000 euro implementation. And then the orders usually was 300,000 pieces in one order. And now they had 3,000 orders per one piece. If you lost one customer in not e-commerce world, is not the problem. But if you lost e-commerce customer, you have a huge problem. That's why warehousing, assets, yard logistics, advanced analysis, transportation, which is most important part now in the supply chain management and logistic business networks. That's clever. Of course, we goes to be compliant as a Westernacher in idea of SAP. This is SAP burger, you know it? Everyone in Europe called this picture SAP burger. Why? Because this is a burger. In the first place is a look, this is a huge change, is a business network. The most important change in the philosophy of SAP. Business network, then business process, BPM. That's why Signavio they have now in offer, and this is very important because you look at the processes to take in consideration network and apps. New vision and new dimension of implementation. Everyone is thinking, what need or what should I do next 10 years or 5 years? Maybe I will change SAP to Microsoft, or IFS is very, very cheap, or Oracle. I can develop everything in Oracle. We know the database Oracle, maybe Oracle, but still I have SAP. Everyone needs to make the choice how to develop my landscape. That's why new vision, business process, which take consideration business network and application. And of course, this one. If we have cloud solutions in the portfolio, then we need the place, garage, where we can develop our own solution and integrate it with other solutions. But today, we want to talk very shortly about sourcing and procurement in network. Because this is such a meeting, I know. No, there's also HR? No. Sorry, joke. Marcin, very shortly about Ariba, because we've seen a lot of information, functionality, supplier, confirmation. What about the process in Ariba?
So what you can see on this slide here is a whole end-to-end process in the Ariba network. Ariba is not only looking at the purchase-to-pay process, it looks at the end-to-end process from beginning from the sourcing, going through the plan-to strategy, and ending on the payment, on the procure-to-pay. And what you can see here is we start with the source, we start with the analyze. After we have analyzed and we have a budget and we know what we would like to achieve in the procurement department, we are going to the strategy. We are defining, do we want sole sourcing? Do we want to have different approaches? Do we want to have negotiations or auctions or anything else? Then we start with sourcing. So we are doing RFQs, RFIs. We are moving to the suppliers. We are asking them for quotes. We are negotiating with them all in one place, in one system, together with the suppliers. We are choosing the quote that has won. We are informing the supplier who has won, and we are informing the other suppliers also, if we want to, of course. And we are moving to the contract, all in one place, all in one system. After we have the contract, we can move on to the procurement part of it, so to procure to pay, and on behalf of this contract, we can the requester can do a requisition in the system. So everyone actually, not only the buyer, but everyone in the company can go into the system and take a look into the contracts and into the catalogs and say, okay, I would like to request something. A workflow is being set up in terms of, you have to confirm this request by the line manager. The acceptance is going through, is going back to the buyer. The buyer can put on an order. The supplier receives the order and can react fast. And then after he receives the order and sends the materials, the products, you can also pay in the system. All in all, in one place, an end-to-end process. So when we take a closer look at the end-to-end processes, we have, of course, sourcing, where we can set up RFIs and RFPs, auctions that have been already discussed here today. Standardize the sourcing processes and the best practices, so one process for one sourcing and not for different kind of suppliers. Then we can move on to contracts, where we have the repository, where we have the workflows, the electronic signature. Then we can move on to the supplier management with supplier onboarding, supplier qualification, so also risk and performance management, certifications, and so on. We have catalogs and guided buying. In terms of this contracts and supplier management, we can set up requisitioning for the end users in the company who can take a closer look at the catalogs like in eBay and just choose these materials and services they would like to purchase. Invoice routing and approval into invoice management when we have also invoice routing and approval, and of course an OCR tool. And to last but not least, supply chain, when we have extended supply chain collaboration together with the logistics, where we can set up all the information we need in terms of when do I receive the ordered materials, how many of them will I receive them, when will be, when do I have to pay them, how is the lead time. So all this we have in this SAP Business Network, where we have the e-collaboration for orders and invoices, discounts and payments, logistics, and of course supply chain as an e-collaboration.
This is very important. Why? You have seen a lot of such slides. There is the additional functionality, there is the ECC or S/4HANA, and this is the integration bus. Yes, PC, sub-cloud integration platform, or PI or XI, since 15 years. But look, it's a really difference, because this is not peer-to-peer, point-to-point integration. This means integration with the network. The biggest change in such an architecture. Not collaborate with the system to the system, people to people, Nokia. Yes, connect people. Okay. Sorry.
And I think, last but not least, it shows you once again the approach of SAP Ariba in terms of the end-to-end processes. So we not only have the procure part, the purchase to pay, we have also the source, and we have also the pay. We have better sourcing decisions with spend analysis, all in one place. Best value agreements for sustainable savings. So you can check what suppliers do we have, what kind of contracts do we have set up, with whom to cooperate. We have a minimized risk and accelerated contract life cycles. So we check which contracts are in place, with whom we have to renegotiate with the suppliers. We go to procure, where we have reduced costs and ensured compliance, because we already have set up contracts and suppliers. So there are no maverick buyings or least maverick buyings, because we have the sourcing setup. Guided buying for employees. So you have actually some kind of eBay set up for your employees. These employees don't work all the time with procurement. They don't understand where to put a requisition or where to put an order. They always call you and ask, what do I have to do to receive the materials I would like to purchase. With guided buying, there will be no information, no questions in regards to this. They go into the platform, they see a picture of a pen or another material, and they purchase it. And you as a buyer don't have to do anything. You just have to be in an administrative role to check if the purchase is okay or not. Easy transactions with suppliers over the network. And last but not least, payments. Automation from invoice capture through approval. So you have all the information gathered between the supplier and the buyer in the system. The communication between the buyer and the supplier goes through the system, not via telephone or email. The supplier asks, where's the invoice? And he can take a look at the system and see, okay, the invoice is being paid. Yeah. Payment visibility, improved cash flow, and working capital management. All in all, in one place. So as you can see, we have this SAP business community, and having this business community and the continuity of cooperation, we have supplier network, logistics business network, asset intelligence, and other networks.
Yeah, this is a very important slide because it shows that SAP start currently with a free network. Of course, supplier network, this is the old SAP ARIBA network, which is huge, ready to use, and successful. Logistic business network, this is a new idea to build a hub of connector with the other transportation or transport networks. Why? Because nobody will build the global network for each category of transportation. That's why SAP Clever said, okay, we will combine and connect it. This network, which I want to use. This is a great idea. And of course, asset intelligence network, which is also quite new. And you can imagine you can connect, for example, your machine with a support company or producer and create a, let's say, digital twin to be prepared for better maintenance, to make automatization for, let's say, maintenance of this machine or a lorry or other asset which can be connected with IoT. And then you have a, let's say, more automated process for maintenance for assets. Yes?
Yeah. How far, because we have the supplier, the previous Ariba, logistics and asset intern, but the kind of new word from SAP is SAP Business Network. How far is SAP already on kind of connecting this so there is one joint network? Could you say a few words?
This is a one network, but you think in a way of on-prem.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the great question, because your question shows that a lot of people think still in an on-prem way. Because if you ask, okay, they have such a network, such a network, such a network, that this is integrated. Of course, it's integrated, but you need to think about it in a category of process. From supplier, I need the basic invoice document exchange. From logistic, I need to know where is my delivery and where is the risk with the delivery, and I can see, or I want to see it on some visualization, the digital twin of network. Where is my driver? And because I need to know what is about my cars, where are my cars, I need to see the current status, technical status of this car. And this is one process from some company. I choose the information to exchange because my goal is to make lower the risk of delivery. Very quick payment and confirmations. Next, where are my drivers? And the second point, what is the technical status of my car or subcontractor car? Doesn't matter. This is a network.
Thanks a lot. I'm quite interested in traceability and tracking, and where is the sourcing on the first and second and third tier of your supplier? What kind of network would that information be in, or would we have to?
That's what I said. This is the hub. You can, for example, connect the Google Fry, not Google. The taxi driver. How is the name? Uber Freight. You can connect with this hub to gather information from these networks.
So if you had a blockchain network.
Exactly the same. Because SAP knows that for each category of transportation, it's not possible to build. But they know it, that is in a word, something like 10,000 networks, local networks, transportation networks, which can be connected. If somebody acts in Europe, then make the Europe network. If somebody act in the US, will connect the source of information of transportation for other networks. This is a nice idea to put.
We have one more.
Yeah, of course.
I would like to ask you a little bit follow-up question to Bernd's question here, because I think it's essential that you kind of, when you have an advanced ship notice coming through your supply network, that needs to be connected with your logistical business network. Are there any plans to do that?
Yeah, of course we can, because you have a BTP, business technology platform. You can connect it. Okay. That's why the network is the part how to connect, the interact, and build the process. But if you want to build the middleware or additional fields or additional app, which will, for example, make some generation of the next data, this is BTP. The lowest level, I will back with my presentation very fast. 1 minute. Look. It's not only the integration bus, it's also the environment for developers to connect, collect, and make new generation for accelerating data. This is a great tool which makes sense for the rest of IDEA. Because here you have a still fit to standard. You go to the SAP consultant and please implement me integrated business planning. That will be fit to standard implementation. Yes? Okay, so guys, I think we'll tell you a story about, sorry for that, story how we act with our customers. And one especially story is very interesting because the P2P process director in some in my customer is asking me, hey, come on, how can I convince my president of board that we have to implement such a solution? Of course, maybe we will make a presentation 15 minutes for the president of the board, or maybe we will send a one-pager. You have to buy because you are not digital. But this guy talked to me, hey, come on, this clever guy. What I need to do that he will just invest in such a solution? Okay, 1 month thinking, because I'm very slowly in this. And and usually. So I had the idea. I will take the director and I will show him something in procurement department. And now I will show you what he have seen in procurement department. First, so this next. So currently I'm supplier and you buyer. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Okay, he came to the room, and there are two persons, the buyers, and of course the buyer is talking with somebody on the call. Hi, have you time for me?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I have a question. What happened with the invoice? You know, for the commercial documents for the you know what I mean?
Yeah, the invoice. You know what? I have to check with the finance department. I will call you back in 5 minutes or 2 weeks.
Okay, maybe in 1 hour.
Yeah, that might be difficult because I have to ask several people, you know, but I'll try.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
But if I have you on your phone, can you please tell me about the order I have asked you to? Can you send me information where this is right now?
Yes, of course. I will check. I will call the guys in a warehouse because I know they prepared some delivery, and I think that was the delivery for you. I will back to you maybe in 5 minutes or 2 weeks.
Okay, sure. But I also had another order, and I still didn't receive the confirmation for this order. Can you tell me what's up with this one?
Yeah, you know, we have a subcontractors to confirm your order. This is I know this is the Christmas gift, but you know, this is a Christmas time. We have a problem with the delivery company. We have to confirm some additional conditions. I will back to you in 1 hour or 2 weeks.
Sure, thanks.
After such a situation, this guy is going to the president and said, no way. We need a solution. Why? Because we need the whole process in such a clever tool. It's called computer. And no voice control. This is important change. Very simple. Everyone is talking about this, but nobody shows with the fingers. No way. No more talking. That's why Marcin, my buyer, currently you work end-to-point model.
No.
That's why you have a problem, because you process your connection peer-to-peer, point-to-point, because if you have a lot of such connections, the change management is impossible. The maintenance is very expensive.
Yeah, well, point taken, Adam, but I don't think that we are working right now with this, because we're in the 21st century and we are working on the network model. So we have one-time connect for trading partners. We have multiple connectivity options. We have standardized processes across trading partners, no different processes across different suppliers, because these different suppliers are approaching us differently. So we need 1,000 processes for this. No, just one. Configurable rules and business logics, community intelligence and insights. Everything is being set up in this one system. You're not losing any information on emails or telephones. And you see everything on a one-pager in this SAP ARIBA. Yeah, you see how many purchase orders I have. Are there any invoices that are set up for payment? Do I have do I have some items to confirm? Yeah, all in one place.
Okay. What is the source of the information? Because I'm your supplier and I don't know what is it.
Yeah, well, it's this is Ariba, and this is the dashboard of the Ariba system, and together with the supplier, with you, my friend, you also have this information on your side.
If we are using SAP Ariba network, that means
Yeah.
supplier network.
Yeah.
Okay. You said to me, I can receive or you can place the purchase order on the screen.
Yeah.
Can I see?
I'm sending to you the purchase order. You receive this information directly in your system.
And then I can confirm and send to you ASN.
Yes, of course. Then I can send to you the goods receipt information, and you can send to me
Confirmation.
yeah.
In one system.
Yeah.
And what about invoice?
The invoice is also in one system, so you don't have to call me anymore. You don't have to ask where the invoice is right now. You have the information in your system. You have the information about where the invoice is right now. Is the invoice already paid, or is it still under investigation for checking anything? So you receive all the information within the system, and you receive the reconciliation.
Great. And what about how to extend the exchange? It's only financial data?
No, you don't have only financial data. You can also set up the supply chain collaboration. So in terms of the supply chain collaboration, you don't need to have the SAP Ariba only for indirect procurement. You can also use it for direct procurement. You can also integrate it with all the information about the forecast. So I'm sending the forecast to my supplier, to you, Adam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And can I commit or
You can
make
commit
the changes with the forecast?
Yeah, you can commit to the forecast. So I can see as a buyer, okay, this supplier can also can only send me, I don't know, 80% of this forecast I have. So I need to find another supplier who can collaborate with me. But thanks to this, I can share my demand, my inventory. I can also send to you, Adam, my information about the minimum and maximum levels of the warehouses.
So I will see your warehouse stock.
You will.
Great. And that's what I understand. I can provide and execute in some against any schedule which we have together.
Sure.
Yes?
Sure. So
Great.
we have some kind of information about the whole supply chain. So there are no disruptions between. If I receive an information from you that there is an issue with the delivery, I can fast and easily react to this and find a solution for this.
Of course, I can confirm with the ASN such a delivery and make changes because we have a online chat, real-time chat, and we can connect real time, of course, in relation to this delivery.
And all the information are in this one place in the system. So you have also the information and the reports for your line manager. You can communicate with the supplier directly. You can respond to quality notifications. You have the requests. You can request the test results in terms of COC, COA.
So that means I can send to you via Ariba network the quality documentation like CO or COA. Okay, so I'm pharmaceutical company.
Mm-hmm.
That means I can go with a tree of tests, go deeper and send to you the compliant information through Ariba network.
Yes,
That's
you can.
Great.
We can see this all on the system. We have all the information for our reportings, so the compliance is set for this kind of businesses, and
this is a real-time solution.
Yeah,
that's great. But I think now, okay, great. But I have in my company ERP,
mm-hmm.
and of course I'm the supplier. I didn't have an Ariba solution, but I want to join Ariba network. Can I, the question to me, can I integrate Ariba network with my ERP, currently ECC? Of course, yes, because Ariba network is connected with the world with the using of Ariba Cloud Integration Gateway. This is another solution like Business Technology Platform. It's especially tool which, in very simple words, translate messages from one system to the next system. Because, for example, ERP send the XML message, but your supplier is using some kind of EDI message. And that's great. That's Ariba network through the SAP Ariba Cloud Integration Gateway, translate the message automatically to EDI message. That's great. If you want to integrate your SAP ERP, you can do it, I think, in one message. This is a 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. It's great. Okay, how to start with the networks? Because now we are not talking about Ariba solution, the source to pay process. We are talking about the network. So you can start with the basic collaboration, SAP DSN, Digital Supplier Network. This is the shortcut. With the indirect spend in financial scope of messages. Next step is a SNAP, guided buying, basic collaboration. This is the eBay, internal eBay for employees, which can be using by each company which want to share with the suppliers, or supplier want to share with this company catalogs, prices, to make more automatization in indirect purchasing. Next step is commerce automation, which is using this guy.
It's on the right. Collaboration.
Yeah. This is much more bigger scope because you can send also purchase order, ISN, more logistic kind of information. And of course, you can also send the information about invoice, payment, and stuff. And the last level is supply chain collaboration, which have everything. Planning. So this is sourcing exchange. This is cooperation with the collaboration of execution, collaboration of planning, collaboration of basic invoicing. So this is the hub which you can integrate with your ERP, and so in one place have a lot of information to exchange with the supplier. The way to start with the Ariba network today, supplier network, the part of business network. You know it? I don't understand still what is it. But RISE with SAP is a new model of licensing and delivered as a services in Formula SAS to customers. And what is the RISE with SAP? Of course, this is a public cloud or private cloud. This is the services which you know from the past. I mean, this was a part of maintenance of ECC. This is Signavio, the business process management. I show you the level with the processes. you have it in this bundle. But in this bundle, you have 2,000 documents, not for free, but in the bundle. And you can start with this. That's why if you think about changing your most developed system of the world, ECC, think about RISE. You can achieve the, let's say, starter pack of supplier network, asset intelligence, logistic business network. This is to taste it. Tack för din uppmärksamhet.
Thank you very much.
One or two questions?
Okay, can I? Questions?
Yeah, we have one question for you.
Oh,
Aspen again from Equinor. So
time.
now it's not a question, it's more like a general comment, regardless whether it's Ariba, Coupa, or Gap, or any other such solutions. I think the main challenge we all have is whether the suppliers are directly integrated to the network. Because it's all great about having this supplier network and all the transactions flowing, but it still relies a lot on manual typing, because somebody needs to go into a portal, then open up a purchase order, then go in back to their own ERP system, maybe punch that purchase order into as a sales order. And so even though you sort of digitize the flow of transactions between the parties, is still manual. So I think the challenge here is how do we make sure that all of these systems are connected? So when I receive a purchase order, I do not have to type it in as a sales order. It just automatically appears in my ERP system. And I think that's the challenge.
It's called, guys, onboarding. That's clever business. I will build a network. I will sell the network to the biggest B2B software provider. I will connect supplier and the buyer. And that's a great idea. You know why? Because 99% of SAP customers, they are big companies. And the big company will say to the small supplier, do you want to play with me? Yes. Onboarding. That's a clever idea. That's why they did it. Because such a networks like Ariba, small networks, you have thousands. Why Coupa? Why the Jets or the others didn't have network? Because the cost to entrance is too high today. This is $1 trillion turnover network. Twice so big as Alibaba, Amazon, and eBay together. That's a monster. That's why SAP bought this. Because software, Ariba, we can stay opposite to the Coupa, and we will say, okay, this is a better sourcing than in Coupa, or buying is better than in somewhere, of course. But the engine is a network. That's why, look, SAP changed the philosophy and says, digitalization is the network. Because network can create digital twin. And the digital twin is not, I want to see my machine, I want to see my car, I want to see process, I want to see the whole path of my transportation with the risk. This is also digital twin. And if you see in independent reports, everyone is talking, okay, cloud, okay, this one. Future is digital twin. To sit in the office and see robots which are going with your containers from China and then fly with the drones, and you have to see where is my money. This is the future. 10 years, maybe 5 years. That's why network, nobody is saying about this. Look, Microsoft, we will faster. Oracle, you want to develop everything what you want. SAP, network.
Yeah, I think we leave that as the closing comment. We will hear much more about it. Thanks to Adam, Marcin. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.